Winners, welcome or welcome back to this channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you're notified every single time that I upload, because I'm trying to be consistent and I want us to grow as a family on this journey. Now, before we get into today's video, I was given this massive notepad earlier on this week by someone at work, and I'm gonna use this notepad to change my life. I've already started writing in it. Basically what I've started to do, without showing y'all too much, is writing my life goals, what I want to do with this YouTube channel, content creating, any video ideas and stuff that I have. I literally write it all down because one of my main goals is to be consistent on this YouTube channel, and I'm even going to use it today to remember the points that I want to make in this video. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 things that I would change about my loc journey if I was going to redo this journey. Now, before y'all panic, I don't plan on redoing my journey, but obviously sometimes in life you look back and you're like, you know what, if I was going to go back in time, maybe I would do this differently, and that's what I'm going to share with y'all. The first point that I'm going to make is that I would have got my locs started by a professional. Now, for those of y'all that have seen me talk about how I started my loc journey, I think I may have done maybe about 2 videos, but whatever one I can see first, I will just link up somewhere here. When I initially started my loc journey, so how I started it was in 2011. I decided one morning that I was just gonna kickstart my natural hair journey. Went to the barbers, shaved it off, and then it was a woman that started to just style my hair when it was really short. And eventually when I decided that I was gonna go and start my locs 6 months into my natural hair journey, when I told her about it, she told me that she actually didn't have any idea how to, take care of locs. However, what she would do is she would plait my hair for me, and then I guess I would have to figure things for myself. Now, obviously, if I was gonna go back and redo my loc journey, I would have just gone to an actual loc professional or a loc salon and got my plaits done. The reason why I say that is because what I think, and I could be wrong, please correct me in the comment section below if I am wrong, is that in general there's no such thing as your locs all being even, but I do feel that had I had got it professionally done, then there would have been more of an even feel, because I've noticed that in general some of my locs are way more thicker than others. That might just be down to the fact of how different parts of my hair grow, but I do think that it would have been important for me to have started it in a way where the plaits were all the same size. My second point is I wouldn't have got it interlocked. Now, I believe for about the first, I want to say 5 years of my loc journey, I've had my locs since 2011 now, so I believe I've had my locs for about, I want to say 12 years now. I don't even keep up on my loc anniversaries anymore, but for the first about 5 years and a bit, I was getting my hair interlocked. So my hair took a very long time to fully mat together, and to my understanding at the time, interlocking was helping with that process of helping it mat together quicker. Now, what I found for me personally, if you can't relate to this, that's fair enough, but interlocking gave my locs a bit of a look and a feel that I don't like. Almost like a very thin, a little bit of, I don't know how to describe it, but it gave my locs a look that I didn't like. And in turn, what happened was, actually that's going to be one of my third points, so I'm not going to go into that just of yet. But now that I just get my hair retwisted, I love how it looks more. For me personally, I find that when I get my hair retwisted, which going forward I tend to do it about once every 3 to 4 months, there's just more of a fuller feel that I appreciate. My third point is I wouldn't have become obsessed with techniques. I think in this life, it's very easy for you to start a journey, start a process, and tell yourself that you're not going to be swayed by what other people say or what other people do. But I do personally find, when I look back on my journey, I did at some various points become obsessed with the whole my locks looking neat all the time, there shouldn't be a strand of hair out of place, getting it retwisted often, getting it styled often, trying to steer away from the stereotype of locks being messy or unkempt. So in the process, you're doing too much to have your locks looking a certain way, and you end up damaging them or almost damaging them. If I was gonna do my lock journey again, I absolutely would not give a flying toss what anybody is saying, what anybody is doing. Anybody doing whatever that they're doing to their edges, I would not listen to it, and I would be really focused on what I want to do with my own journey. And with that being said, obviously these are things that I would do differently if I was going to redo my journey. However, on this journey that I'm currently on, I don't give a toss what anyone's doing anymore. I literally just do whatever makes sense for my looks going forward, and I hope that you watching this, you're doing the same too. My fourth point is that I would have started to document my journey from the start. Now, for the life of me, as I'm filming this, I'm currently filming this on Saturday the 8th of October 2022. I can't quite remember when I started documenting my looks, but I do believe that I didn't document it like right at the beginning stages. If I was going to redo my lock journey for whatever reason, I would definitely film everything. I would document everything from scratch. Simply because, you know, sometimes there are people out there that may be thinking about locking their hair, and maybe they're not sure if it's for them, or maybe they just enjoy watching other people's content to see how other people's experiences are. One thing that I really am passionate about in all of my social media platforms is that I want to inspire people in any shape or form. And I think that I have inspired people, and I continue to inspire people, hopefully anyway, hopefully, on my journey. But I do feel that had I had started it from the get-go, I would have been able to inspire people, let people know what's what, like what's cool, how I'm feeling, certain things that I'm struggling with. And it would either encourage people or maybe prevent certain people, actually, because locks may not be for everybody, and maybe sometimes some people would prefer that they kind of work that out through other people's experiences rather than experiencing it for themselves. But yeah, that is something that I would have done differently if I was going to redo my lock journey again. My final point, which is a bit of a funny one because it's something that I've only kind of truly taken on board over the last, I want to say, week or two, is embrace my grays. So I did do a video on this. I want to say maybe about 2 years ago. I honestly can't remember where I made a video, but it was about embracing gray hairs. At the time, I felt like I was embracing them, but shortly after that, I kind of relapsed and went back to doing things like tweezing the gray hairs that I would see out of my hair. And in one of the videos that I'm gonna be putting out, I don't know if it's gonna be before this one or whatever, but I did talk about the fact that I think it's just because when growing up, my mom has a lot of gray hairs, and she started to have gray hairs when she was much younger. And I guess she always kind of equated it to quote unquote old age or whatever it may be. And maybe so indirectly, because I've always kind of grown up seeing her like tweezing it out, constantly dyeing it and trying to cover it up. When I did discover my first gray, so I discovered my first gray hair, I think at the age of 29. And then after discovering it, it was like, oh, there's another one, and there's another one. And then I think, was it last year or 2 years ago, I discovered a gray hair in my eyelash. So I have one of my eyelashes is gray. I say it's gray, but it's actually not gray. It's actually bright white. And I say gray hairs, but the gray hairs that I have aren't even gray. They're actually bright white. I've got at least 5 or 6 around my edges. and I'm just in a place where I want to embrace them. I have no intentions of continuing to tweeze them out, because normally what I do is I tweeze them out and then about 3 weeks later they come back with their vengeance, and it just doesn't make any sense. Because why am I taking them out? They're kind of pretty in this really weird way. I was looking at it in one of my videos. I don't know if I'm gonna drop it before this one or not. When I was doing my makeup and I saw one of the white hairs kind of pop out on the side under my body, I was like, well damn, like you're quite showy, aren't you? But it adds character to my hair, and it reminds me of gorgeous Locs, Danielle Locs, where I think there's a part of her locks where it's just white or grey, whatever you want to call it, and it looks absolutely gorgeous, and she embraces it as she should, and it's beautiful. And it's a reminder to me that I should also embrace every single inch of my hair, and I shouldn't allow society or what other people are gonna think or say make me feel some type of way. Because listen, baby, we are all getting older, we are all growing, we all need to embrace growing up. And growing up, not that I'm saying that having grey or white hair equals to you being old, because that's not the case. There are people that are in their teens that have grey or white hair. There are some people that are naturally born with a birthmark full of white or grey hair. But the point I'm trying to make is you just need to embrace it. Embrace every single part of you, because you are gorgeous. Your locks are gorgeous, your grey hairs, your white hairs, whatever, it's all beautiful, it's all very much gorgeous. And if I was going to restart my journey again, and if I was to discover that I have white or grey hairs, I would just leave them be. I would not pluck it, I would not batter an eyelid, I would not feel any type of way about it. But if you've made it to the end of this video, please do let me know in the comment section below if you have locks, or maybe you don't have locks, maybe you're a loose natural, and maybe before that you weren't a loose natural. If you was to redo your journey, what would you do differently? Let's talk below. And also please let me know in the comment section what videos that you'd like to see me do going forward. I'm going to continue doing a combination of travel and look videos. I'm thinking about maybe I might incorporate a little beauty here and there. I just need to figure out my setup, because as y'all can see, my living room is still empty. I don't have no furniture here, nothing. As time progresses, as I get my money up, I'm gonna start getting little bits and bobs so that I can have some sort of a setup where I can just sit down and film certain things. But let's just, baby, let's just. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until my next one, take care, be good.